What's going down? Roundup, homies. Greetings to you. Greetings to you. My Roundup homies. How you guys doing this beautiful Saturday evening? I don't know about you, but I am super pumped about 2021. It's going to be the best year of my life, of our lives, right? So today, I am starting my book club. I have been thinking about this, dreaming about this for, I don't know how many years now, and I'm finally implementing. I call my brother the implementation master. Brother Ronnie Haskins, what up? Shout out to Ronnie. To implement, this man puts stuff together and he implements now. So I was in bed this morning. Very rarely do I get a chance to even be in my own bed. I got one of those beds too that the back's raised up. I get to chill and read in bed, and I just don't get to enjoy it that much, I don't know, $3,000 for a bed, and you don't even get to lay in it, right? So I'm doing this for you because I love you. So today, you got a house, potential house buy. She owes 80, worth 300. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you want to know about that, Bill? That sounds like a no-brainer to me. Sounds like you need to take over those payments and give her some cash. That's what I would be trying to do, bro. I would, what's up, John? I would try to, she owes 80. I'd try to give her 100,000 and just try to write her a check, take over that 80 if you can. If you are skilled enough, she can't afford the 700 a month. How can I get a wraparound deal? Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I'd try to give her $100,000 cash, let her go with that 70. Is it 80? I let her go with that 80. I take over that 80, give her 100. Then I would either flip it or hold on to it. Yeah, shit. I don't know your cash position right now, but man, that's a smoker. That's a smoker right there, bro. That's a smoker. Bill, shout out to Bill. Shout out to Bill Lumberg. What up, Bill? You got a good deal there, bro. Today is not to talk. We can talk about real estate, but this Bill, she can't afford to leave. Well, you need to help her. Let me tell you what I'm doing right now, Bill. I'm not necessarily talking about it that much, but we have a deal now where I'm having to buy a house to relocate the seller. Let me repeat that. I have to buy a house to move them to because they can't afford a payment anywhere. Where they live, there is no payment. So where they're going, they can't have a payment, Bill. So you have to be a master problem solver. What is your seller's problem? Can you tell us that? What is your seller's problem? Because to me, you can't afford to leave. I don't know if that's necessarily true. If I move you somewhere to a house that needs no repairs, you could move into that house. I promise you. So I don't know. Bill, I need to know there. Why are they dealing with you? Why are they dealing with you? Okay, just because you can't afford to leave, I don't know if that's necessarily true. So I guess, Bill, if you wanted to come on and share that deal, let me stick to what I need to do tonight in my book club. She's sick. She can't work. Well, it sounds like she can't afford to stay or leave. So if I were you, you need to be buying her a house cash somewhere, right? So she has no mortgage, and then give her some money and you take that house over, bro. That sounds like a no-brainer to me. Because here's the thing. Solve those problems, Bill. Come on, man. I get excited when I see somebody that has some equity. And it ain't like she ain't got nothing. If she came to you, no equity, but payments through the roof, she's behind. You have none of those challenges to deal with, Bill. So sound like to me you need to be jumping all on that. If you want a consultation, I'm more than happy to send you that link. Just email me at Chris@chrishaskins.com, Bill, or chrisbuyshouses@gmail. We'll help you out with that. You need to jump on that tonight. So Roundup, greetings. I am Chris Haskins, and my mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. As I sit here on a Saturday, I don't sleep much. Went to bed at 1 last night, up at 5 today. I'm feeling the fatigue, but my mission pulls me out of bed. It grinds me to continually push you. As I'm thinking about my days on this planet are numbered. My days on this planet are numbered. I have no idea how long the good Lord has given me on this planet, so I have to use every second, every minute to my advantage, right? I don't know when I'll be gone. So I've been thinking about the book club. Why did I want to do this book club? Did I tell you that my mission in ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship? That is just burned in my head when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, damn, who am I serving today? So today I wanted to tell you, why am I doing this? Well, from my research and the little thing, I am a descendant of slaves. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am a descendant of slaves. Jack Haskins. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Jack Johnson. I'm doing research, finding out who the hell am I? Who am I? I'm a descendant of slaves. Okay, now what? You can't do nothing. I have no idea who my ancestors are before that. No idea, right? So I'm out here wandering, trying to find out knowledge of self. Farrakhan says you can't do nothing until you find out knowledge of self, right? So in order for me to figure out where I fit on this planet Earth, I have to accept the fact that the farthest back that I can trace right now is to a white man in Appomattox, Virginia. Okay, so I'm not ashamed of it. I got to claim it. I move on. I'm moving on. Okay, so in my research, my book club, my passion for this book club was people that looked like me back in the day used to get beat, whipped, and flogged for reading. So that's why I believe reading is so important. And let me share with you some statistics. Here's the climate that I'm concerned about. Here's the climate that once again, reason that pulls me to do this. Americans, let's see, what do we have? Watching TV. Americans spent watching TV was the leisure activity that occupied the most time, almost 3 hours a day, accounting for just over a half of all leisure time on average. Now, this comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'm not making this stuff up, right? So the climate out there is TV runs our lives, right? 3 hours a day? What's that? 3 hours times 7 days a week, 3 times 7, 23 hours a week. And that's average. So we know some of you guys, some of us are above average, 4 or 5 hours a day, right? Some of us are below average. So for me, I try to have zero TV consumption in my life. What would your life be like if you took the time just to replace? Napoleon Hill calls it transmute. We transmute that energy from consumption of TV into our mind into a book. That's why the book club is so important for me. Another reason I'm doing this book club is when I graduated, once again, I'm going to claim this, y'all. Did I have a statistic for that reading too? Oh yeah, hold up. Let me show. Okay, here we go. Another statistic for reading. I just put this together right now, so it ain't like I'm out here. Time spent reading for personal interest, varied greatly by age. Individuals 75 and up, 44 minutes a day. I'm not talking to those people. Whereas individuals 15 to 44 read on average 10 minutes a day or less. 10 minutes a day or less. This is from the Department of Labor Statistics, y'all. This ain't me. I'm not making this up. 10 minutes. Another thing that fuels my passion, burns me up when I think my ancestors got beat for opening up a book, and you're going to sit there and not open up a book. You out of your mind. You got to be crazy. So yes, I'm passionate about reading. When I ask a man, I do intakes for my inner circle. First thing I ask him, what book you reading? Well, if you ain't reading, you're not growing. And I'm not trying to quote Grant Cardone, but it's like, if you ain't reading, I can predict your future. When I graduated high school, Roundup, I was a complete dummy. Dude. When I went to Hampton University, they took those placement tests. And we're going to get to why how this Book of the Month Club is going to work. The first book is in the video description. Damn, I left my copy. The first book, if you download it, I make a few pennies if you buy the book from my link, right? The first book is in the video description. We're going to go over a little bit today, but we'll do a follow-up and go over that stuff. I was a dummy. I did the placement test when I went to Hampton University. I placed in remedial reading. That means I could barely read when I went to Hampton, right? I took those tests. They put me in high school reading. Once again, I'm trying to claim it. Descendant of slaves. I'm claiming it. You can't do nothing else to me. I mean, I come from nothing. So when I got to college, I'm like, damn, I can barely read. Started reading books. didn't necessarily grasp the concept of all the answers were in books. But now, when I hit 28, after graduating from college, now I see all the answers are in books, right? Most people I mean. Now, the last reason, I have three reasons I did this book club. Ancestors got beat. I was a dummy when I graduated high school. People reading 10 minutes a day as opposed to watching TV 3 hours a day, right? So I'm trying to change the narrative. Trying to change that narrative. Three, a lot of on my consultations, I'm noticing that the majority of people that hire me, they really just need a sounding board of a real full-time bona fide entrepreneur that is out there making business decisions that they can bounce ideas off. They need somebody that's outside of their 9 to 5 working environment. Because what I found out is what happens when you show up to go to work, you run an idea by John or Joe. Hey, Joe, I got this idea about boom, boom, boom. They look at you like you're crazy. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, John, I got this idea about you're at work from 9 to 5 and they're like, "Man, wait, what are you talking about?" They can't even understand where you're coming from, right? So how do you grow? And you're around these people for 8, 9, 10 hours a day, going to work 9 to 5, right? So I'm noticing this trend as I'm doing these consultations. People are like, Chris, I just wanted to talk to you about boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, this is what I think about that. See, I pay mentors to run ideas by. Scott Jelinek, I have ideas run by him. Nate Armstrong, Mike Fritz, Eddie. I have these ideas, and I talk to these guys. Another guy called me today, another entrepreneur. Ideas start to boom, boom, boom. It's almost like electricity. Boom, boom. That light, it starts to fire. Then next thing you know, you're layering it up. Then you have a product or service that you can bring to the marketplace. But what I'm noticing for some of you guys, you don't have that. So I wanted to have this monthly thing where we can discuss ideas. You can network with other like minded people. Because if you think you're going to go to work and share some of these phenomenal entrepreneurial ideas that you have and they be culminated and cultivated at work, you got another thing coming. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Okay. So that's why I started this book club. So you can come on when we meet here once a month for the book club. We're going to go over just the three things that I want you to take away from every month when we do these book reviews. We're going to sit down together. I'm going to give you a link if you want to come on and discuss different ideas. You can meet some of the Roundup homies. And this is going to start off a free service, but I don't think it'll be free forever. Just because my wife is like, Chris, you're going to have to rest one day. I mean, it's just hard for me to rest knowing how many people are suffering during this pandemic, dude, you know? So the book club will consist of monthly books. The first book is going to be the new and revised Rich Dad, Poor Dad. As a matter of fact, shoot, I left mine in the bedroom. Is there any other statistics I want to go over? Oh, yeah, let's look at this. One more stat. One more stat. It's going to shake you up a little bit. Look at this, y'all. This is from the National Center for Education Statistics. Look at this. This was me. 28% below reading basics. National Center for Education Statistics. What is NEAP? Percentage distribution, National Assessment of Educational Progress. Okay, this is for 30 years. Look at this. Grade 12. This was me. 28% below, 35% basic. So what is that? 28, 38, 48, 58. That's 70%, y'all. 70% basic reading skills and below. Basic reading skills and below. We ought to be ashamed. We ought to be ashamed. Can't read. All the answers are in books. Okay. So our first book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. As I was putting my stuff together, I left my book. I'll be right back. Let me go get my copy. If you want to get your copy, it's in the video description. I'll be right back. Babe, I left my book in the daggone bedroom in the bed. He's some type of robot or something. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm just doing a million things. I'm trying to teach my kids, show them this real estate entrepreneurial thing, trying to be a good husband. The dog is on my back, baby tripping. When time did I'm telling you, man, we have no time for ourselves. Always give it. Okay, so this month, January, I want to show you how I learned how to read, because you just can't read and just keep going, right? I know you may be saying, some of you are saying Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Some of you are saying, Kris, that's an old book. I promise you. This dude, I read this book 20 years ago. This new and revised version is in the video description, right? Blow your mind, different ideas he had, concepts that he predicted back then, and how he ties them all into today. But how do you read these books, right? So every month we have a different book. So I started mine already. I know I'm not giving you a lot of time for January, but right now, let's start right now, right? How do you read the book? You got to get these things here. Matter of fact, I'll put a link for these too. This is how you do this. You have to have a highlighter. This is how you read. Like, nobody taught me how to read. I had to learn from somebody else. These highlighters, they come, and then you get these little stickies. You see these little stickies here? These stickies get to come off. You highlight highlight the page, the stuff that you want to remember, and then you put the sticky there so you remember the page. So I highlighted this. Let me see. As I said, there's a lot to learn. Learning how to have money work for you is a lifetime study. That's why I'm doing this. This is a lifetime study, right? Even for me, I want to study for the rest of my life. Most people go to college for 4 years and their education ends. I already know that my study of money will continue over my lifetime, simply because the more I find out, the more I find out, I need to know. Let me translate that. The more you find out, the more I find out, the more I find out how dumb I am or how much I don't know, right? Most people never study the subject. They go to work, get their paycheck, balance their checkbook, and that's it. Then they wonder why they have money problems. They think that more money will solve the problem, and don't realize that it's their lack of financial education that is the problem. Lack of financial education. Oh my goodness. So that's how you read. This is how you read. I was never taught, Kris, this is how you read. You take a highlighter, boom, highlight the page. No one taught me this stuff. I had to learn this stuff on my own. It's like, so this is the book. It should not take you more than 2 weeks to read this book. And I want to challenge you, one book a month. One book a month. It's not like I'm asking you to do a new book every day, right? So not every day, every week. So you can download, if you go to the link in the video description below, if you want to have any questions there too. Download the January book and video description below. Now, this is the new. Now, it's something about this is like a new one, right? He did a revised Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I know a lot of you guys have read this years ago, which I did. I'm telling you, this new joint, dude, he's sick. He's sick. And I'm not a really big Kiyosaki fan, but the man on some stuff with that. On some stuff. Let me see. Where we're at with that. Let me pull up. All right, then I got a couple more things I want to share with you. And I'll do some Q&A. Bill? Yeah, this is what it looks like here. Oops. You'll see Illustrated came out maybe in 2017. So I guess the first one came out in 1997, 07, 17. 20 years later. And it's like $10. And once again, I make a few pennies on this. If you follow my link, I make a few pennies. I mean, I make a few cents. I'm not doing it for the money, but everything we do, we try to generate income, right? So how is this going to work? Once a month, we will meet in a chat room like this. For now, I'm not quite sure how long it will stay like this. We're going to go over first thing we're going to talk about are the 3 takeaways. So everybody will chime in. What was your takeaway? Kris, I thought about this. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think about that? I thought this was cool. Boom, boom, boom. What do you think? And then we'll bounce it off, because I'm going to remind you that a lot of you don't have an entrepreneur to bounce ideas off. You don't have that sounding board. If you try to go to your job and start talking this mess, they're going to look at you like you crazy. How do I know? Because I deal with people every day that call me. Kris, I tried to talk to my coworker. Why are you doing that? Don't even talk to them about it. You are wasting your breath. They are not in the same mindset as you. So when we meet, we're going to talk about the 3 takeaways. What are the 3 takeaways that you took from reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the revised edition? Boom, boom, boom. 3. Kris, what do you think about that? Okay, you want to know about that? Well, when you take a look at this, it makes sense. If we did this, 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 and this. The next thing we're going to discuss is the one thing that you'll start doing differently based on the book. One thing. Now, obviously, you could do a million different things, but I want the biggest thing that you're going to do different from reading the book. What is it that you're going to start doing and implementing today based on reading that book? And the third thing that we will discuss from you, I want to hear from you. What is the one thing that you'll stop doing based on the book, right? So, Kris, I read the book and then he said XYZ. That made me consider that I need to really stop doing boom, 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 boom. So those are the things I wanted to discuss with you and go over. You can't talk to your coworkers about this stuff. Ain't gonna happen, right? So here's a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You can see it has that little stamp right there. I'll share with you again. That video is in the link. I'm sorry. The link is in the video description. That's what it looks like. It's $10, And here's the thing: if you don't want to spend $10 on your future or whatever in the future that I'll charge for the book club, ain't for you. You go out there and spend all that damn money on shoes, clothing, food, going out to eat. What else? I don't know. We can't spend. I would say traveling, and then you're scrimping and saving on money that goes in here. And another thing, the food. Damon Dash was like, "Why are you going to put the same food in your body as a crackhead? Put some good food in your body, y'all." So listen, that is going to be my book club, y'all. I'm honored to be able to bring this to market for you. I've been thinking about it for quite some time, but the timing wasn't right. So every month, make sure you are subscribed and you hit the bell so you know when we're going to come on. If in the video description, it's not there this second, but there will be a link where you can sign up for your email to get email notifications when we're going to come on as well. So that's going to be in the video description. Also, the link, there's like a little registration page. All right, Roundup. That's really all I wanted to share with you. Why do I do this? Because I love you. I want to keep grinding. Do we have any? She's sick, came in today. Jeffrey Campbell, how do I buy my first Section 8 property with no money? How do I fund it? Well, the best way, in my opinion, to buy any house is going to be subject to, where we take over the payments. We just take over the payments. That's the best way with no money, my friend. But here's the thing, Jeffrey, it's not about thinking about doing it with no money. It's about thinking, what problem can you solve? What problem can you solve? Okay. So when you look about it right now, people behind on mortgages, they're getting relocated. So the way we buy houses are from social problems. People always dying, people getting divorced, loss of job transfer, drug abuse, right? Always going to happen. Just part of American society. You have to figure out how to solve those problems, my friend. Now, if you want to start with that, no money, I don't think you can do it with no money. People say no money, but in reality, $5,000 in a real estate investor's mind is no money, right? It's no money. Bill, looking to, oh yeah, you're a subject to, you better do that. Just to comment, did you do the DNA test? I did not do it. I didn't. Eldon Sean, I'm 17. Hey man, hey, this is the information we wouldn't have been allowed to read. This along with books like Think and Grow. It's absolutely right, my friend. Absolutely right. Further along, Sterling, further along than where I'm at now. Sports take up majority of my TV time. I'm watching you in Packers versus Rams. Sterling, I think that's a good point. I have watched, and I'm not saying I'm here, you're there. There are two people I'm talking to right now, you and me. I would like to understand what is the big attraction of none of us own any other football teams. Zero teams. They don't do anything for my financial situation, football. And I'm not saying you're bad, right or wrong, better or worse. But for me, when I sit down and I see the football game on the TV on screen, I'm thinking, what is this football game doing for me? See, when I interviewed Dr. Kimbrough, Dennis Kimbrough wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. He said that there is something called the E to E ratio, Sterling. And I hope you get this, my friend. I hope you get this. Why? Because I love you. E to E ratio, right? There is something called an entertainment to education ratio. I think he said it's something like every $50 or every $200, Americans spend $50 on entertainment. Every 200 for entertainment, 50 for education. 50 for education. But in the black household, 200 for 200 entertainment for $10 education. So I have to remember that when I'm hiring tutors for my daughters, when I'm going to get books for my girls, when I'm putting my daughters into online classes that I'm spending a bunch of money for them to learn, right? So Sterling, I don't know what it is about sports for some men, but that's a battle that you're gonna have to fight. Duke, replace watching reruns of Martin. There you go, my friend. Replace that mess. How much is she about? Oh, y'all gotta talk about that. El Chun, read and also study book. Good for you. Implementation. Eldon, well, Chris, I know I know it goes beyond slavery. I just don't. I know it is. I just don't know it. I'm not saying that. I'm just letting you know that what we know. This is what I know. Okay. Hey, Aaron, how y'all doing? Thrilled off of that. Eldon, you read the book? Okay, you read the new one. Yeah, you didn't even know the first one there. So, where are we at here? Here is knowledge is power. That's right. Coffee. Y'all give me a thumbs up, please. Give us a thumbs up for the optimization purposes. Lead by persuasion. Patricia, I don't have what time we'll meet. I'm thinking about the first Saturday. I'm thinking Saturday evenings around this time. Let me know if Saturday evenings work for you guys. And I'm going to have a whole site we could all go to. Y'all can let me know what books you recommend, and then we'll pick one for that month, right? So it'll be Saturday. I'm thinking the first Saturday in November, in February. So many good books. The book is in the video description to download. They're going to say, oh, I don't know what that is. Daniel, what up, my friend? Yes, that's right. Yeah, Daniel, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We'll talk about that as well. Bill, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, COVID edition. KE, I've stopped social media and news. I've been catching up on my content. KE, thank you so much, my friend. I'm appreciative of you taking the time to consume our content. And listen, KE, none of my content is for entertainment. I take that back. So I can keep you here. I got to entertain you. When I was hanging out with Patrick Bet-David down in Dallas, he goes, Chris, for every X amount of time I speak, I have to throw in a story, right? So I'm doing the same thing. So when I do the same, when I'm doing intake of talking about my people, I remember when I was doing coaching, I do some coaching now, but I have something called my inner circle, right? KE. I would do these. I'll show you. I got one right on my desk. Some of it. They do these questionnaires, right? These questionnaires will come in. And I would see high rent or high mortgage, zero equity, new car, high car loan, new baby, maybe two babies, zero savings. And I'd be looking at these people, and I look at them, I'm like, they look like $1 million. Hair done. If there was a female, makeup up, clothes looking sharp. I'm looking at the paper, look like trash. I'm like, this is some type of disconnect here. So what I found out is in our minds, if we are not successful on paper, we want to appear or give off the image of being successful, right? But if we aren't successful, we want to give out a front. And I read and listened to Earl Nightingale, and he says, the more transparent you are, the more people will love you. More transparent you are. So I talk about my kids. I talk about myself being a master at living below my means, and my wife trying to master living above the means, right? So it's like I have to deal with these things in my life. I'm transparent. I don't care. I just don't care. No, not everybody's going to be like me. And I'm not saying I'm here, you're there, right or wrong. Two people I'm thinking about right now. Me and you. Me and you. Two people in this room. That's it. So I met a guy the other day. Well, Chris, I want to come on. I want to tell you about this, but my privacy. I just don't want people to know. I'm like, what the hell? We all end up in the box. We all of us. Nobody's gotten out alive. So why does it matter whether you lost 10,000 here or somebody took something from you or somebody stabbed you in the back or whatever, your aunt, cousin did this? Who cares? We all end up in a box. So get over it. You're not that important. We're not that important. JTH, hey, thanks for all I do. You're welcome. Thank you for saying that. I need to, you know what? Thank you for saying that. Because when I get home, I ain't nothing but old Dad, why you always got to make me do this? Why does Dad have to make me practice trumpet? Why does Dad have to make me practice piano? Why do I have to read a book? Why do I have to do this? Dad, you always extra. I'm like, well, dude, once I'm gone, who else is going to push you? Would you recommend Eddie's subject to class or the least option class? I feel like least options may be easier. Nothing is easy, JTH. But if I had to choose one, I would do subject to. I want to own the asset. Own the asset, right? So if you don't own the asset, subject twos, I don't know, man. Download January's book, Rich, the new updated Rich Dad or Dad. How about that, y'all? This is the updated in the link in the video description. Download that book so you'll have it to go over with us. I probably need to put that in the Facebook too. Let me put that in this Facebook also. Let me do that because sometimes Facebook doesn't pull up. Sorry about that, my Facebook homies. Where we at? Where was we at? Where was we at? My English doesn't have to be perfect. I remember one time when I wrote my first book, I sent it off to the editor. This editor just destroyed me. She called me everything but a son of God. But a child of God. She's reading my book, and she's like, Chris, ain't nobody gonna buy this. Your grammar is so toe up. I'm like, you know what? It's crazy when I'm reading another reminder when I'm reading this book. I don't want to be the best grammatical author. I want to be the best-selling author, the best-selling author. I don't care about if my grammar is right. I remember when I read my mentor's book, Lonnie Scruggs, Deals on Wheels, talking about trailer parks and all that mess. This dude has so many misspelled words. It was crazy. And he's like, I'm telling you, even in his book, he says, I am going to have misspelled words. So get over it. I'm not here to teach you how to spell properly. I'm here to teach you to raise your financial literacy so you can get out there and not be broke. Okay. Let's see. Where we at? Man, so much. You guys are really chiming in here tonight. This is cool. I should have done this so long ago. Download the January book is in the video description, y'all. Download the January book. I'm glad you cut out some of that news. Let me tell you about the news, KE. The only reason the news exists is to try to influence your thinking. And you know what's weird? I never even thought about it. Did you know that Uber, by way of the news, can influence an election? They don't want their drivers to be 1099. They don't want them to be W-2 earners. So as much as Uber drivers push, man, it's crazy. So the news, cut that mess off. I'm watching the news a little more now just because of this COVID thing. I got to find out a little bit, but who knows if it's even true, you know? Coffee, I saw this book. It's funny. It's a bookstore and bought one for my niece. Good for you. Good for you. I think the same thing. Tony Pearl, what up, dog? I'm doing a phenomenal job. Thanks for sharing, brother. Yes, thank you so much, Tony. I got to tell you, Tony, this dude is a phenomenal, not only is a real estate investor, husband, dad, and author. He is one of our newsletter authors. So next week, I've been trying to get Tony just to get a picture and a little bio on Tony. He is our newsletter contributor. So I'm going to be opening that up to the public too. If you want to get on our newsletter, I'll show you what that looks like. It's right back here. I'll be right back. Let me show you our newsletter. It comes out once a month. It's crazy how I'm writing this newsletter. I've been putting out this newsletter since 2013, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Look at this Roundup. This is my newsletters, right? They come out every month. So Tony Pearl is one of our editors. This is the format, right? So it comes out. The reason I do the newsletter, this is the Christmas edition. Well, that's Tony right there. Look at this beautiful full-page article Tony does. And then we have a negotiating piece here, then another piece. Then we have another editor here. Simone Griffin does an article there. And then this month we have a new wholesaler, Dutch Jackson, will be doing an article. The reason I do the newsletter Roundup is because, once again, it all boils down to real estate. Real estate. Not only the real estate on the screen here, because as you're looking at the screen, there's real estate there with the image. There's real estate on the right with the chat. There's real estate at the bottom with the little ticker. Real estate where you live, and then there's real estate in the house. Okay, so I wanted you to picture the real estate in your bedroom. That bed that you sleep in is a form of real estate. And then I'm going to keep going. Stay with me. I'm working this. When you get into bed, your hands are more real estate that you have the phone in, right? It's taking up real estate. So what I want to do is get you off that phone and get you on a piece of paper. Get your mind off of that. And how much mail do you get in the mail that is designed to lift you up? For me, I'm like, damn, I remember years ago, I get zero mail. Only mail I get is bills and people want me to do shit, right? So I'm like, let me do a newsletter so I can lift people up in the mail as opposed to try to take from them. So that's why I believe the newsletter has been so important. And it's just, it has lasted for so long. We're going on almost 10 years doing this newsletter. And this year I've decided to open it up to the general public. It's going to be a small fee because I have to pay my editors, right? And I do 2 articles also. So the Real Estate Roundup newsletter comes out once a month, 4 pages, front and back, just great information. These are all entrepreneurs and investors, right? All of us. We're pouring out. So that goes out every month, boom, like clockwork. And I get to talk to Tony. Tony is a mentor. He works with Ron LeGrand. He's up in the District of Columbia area. So he's in a he's in an extremely unique market. So yeah, that newsletter, y'all look out for that. I had not thought about opening it up, but my spirit this year, I'm like, I need to open this up to the public. Usually it's just been held for my inner circle members, right? Just for them, small group of people. But I think you guys need to get off that phone when you're in bed at night. What can I read to take me up when I go to the mailbox? I want you to feel good about going to the mailbox, not like, oh man, bills. So when you go to the mailbox, you know that Kris is going to be pouring something, I'm going to be delivering something to you every month. So it can make you feel better. Something that's going to raise you up. Okay. That's why I think the newsletter has been so successful. And Tony, thank you so much for dropping knowledge. Everyone needs to hear this, even if they've heard it before. You're right. You know what? Even if you've heard this before, Tony, even me, it's good to be reminded from time to time. All right. Chad, what up, dog? Definitely will be in touch with you about housing recommendations and starting a channel. We discussed. That's right. Yeah, you want to do your channel. Yep, that's right. Good for you, brother. You already got that. Art, I'm reading The Millionaire Next Door. I'll be getting the updated version of Rich Bad. Good for you. Yes, the book club. Thank you, Art. That book, if you want to support me, just go to the video description. You can download it there. That's a good book, Millionaire Next Door. They look just like Chris Haskins. Regular ass car, shopping at JCPenney's. A prodigious accumulator of wealth. What do they call it? P-A-W. P-A-W, yeah. Are you a prodigious accumulator of wealth? That's what he calls them, right? El Dushan. Well, you look genealogy research. Yeah, I'm sure I could study that stuff, man. I mean, I could do that, yeah. This is only I don't know where it's going to be yet. I'm not quite sure. chat where we're going to host it. But so far, it'll probably be on Facebook Live. Did the baby die? Lord have mercy. Pray for me, y'all. Baby tripping. JTH, if you had $5,000, what would I do to get started? I get educated. I get some books and tapes and I get some books and courses. See, JTH, what I learned, not a money problem. Dude, JTH, there is so much money in the system. Shit, we got so much of it just stacked away, waiting for the crash, right? Even my mentors everybody's heavy on cash right now, right? Cash is cheap. Cash is just like it's just paper. It's just paper. What value are you going to bring to the marketplace? JT, if you got 5,000, you can maybe partner with somebody or you can do a wholesale deal. It all depends on what your goal is. My goals could be different than your goals. So earning is just one, as George Clason calls it in the 5 rules of gold. Earning is just one, JTH. The other 4 are for management. So you get one. That's why I get a lot of guys transactions. I locked up 8 deals. I did 8. We're doing 10 flips this year. I'm like, all these transactions are cool. What are you doing with the money once you get it? Is it all leaving? Have you trained your muscles? Matter of fact, I'm going to do a video tonight. I'm paying $4,000 extra on principal this week. $4,000. So I'm telling you that because I've trained myself. When the money comes in, I already know a percentage of it is going taxes, church. Taxes, church, then that's it. I'm putting it all on principal, paying down principal. You're on my schedule. Good for you. Thank you, Bill. Thanks for saying that. That makes me feel better. Jorge, hey, I have a property under an LLC. Can I transfer that property to my personal name? Oh my gosh, Jorge, I hope you're not being real with this one. Why would you want to transfer a 6 or 7-figure asset from an LLC into your personal name, Jorge? I need to know that. We don't buy houses in our personal name. I don't know why you would want to do that. I'm saying that to you lovingly because I love you. Why do you want to put a house in your personal name? I wouldn't want you to do that. Timothy, what's up, my kids? You seeing into their future. You're a great father. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. Good for you too. KE, you're a good man, big fan. Thank you so much. Growing your rentals. There you go. Rentals. Download the book. I put that in the video description for everybody. You read that book years ago. I did too. Will I am. But there's a new updated version, right? So that's why I'm not doing this because I read it before, right? There's a new updated version of this. He did a new one. So I'm with you. I went to the library a couple weeks ago because I was looking for a particular image in my head. And when I saw it, I'm like, let me get this book. When I started reading it, I saw that it was new stuff in it. So chat, the stuff is on, the majority of my content, chat, is on YouTube. Trevor, how much hands-on mentoring are you able to do? Not much now with 3 kids, dog, wife, my rental properties, flipping, building and all that stuff. But I do take on a few people, my friend. So just email me, Kris at chrishaskins.com. We'll see how we can help you. Andre, what's up, bro? The fam. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. This COVID is getting to me. I didn't tell y'all, but I went to, what was it? Great Wolf Lodge for a day last week. I didn't tell my mother either. She would have said, Kris, you crazy. You taking that baby up? But we did buy a cabana, so it was not like we were in the general population. So Great Wolf Lodge. Man, you talking about something fun. One of the biggest indoor water parks. Oh man, Will I Am. You got Deals on Wheels. That's my mentor. I was able to eat breakfast with that man. That was my first mentor down here. Section 8 is offering Coffee Baldwin. Section 8 is offering $2,500 to renew your. There you go. Yep, I'm telling you, man. Own some assets. Transactions are cool. So here's the problem: when you hang out and you watch social media and you see everybody's got a new house under contract, doing a new deal, I'm flipping this. We all get drawn in. Even me. I see these dudes. I'm like, man, I need to do more flips. You need to own more assets. Because when your friends, my man, that said it the best. When your friends are doing a bunch of houses, they're gonna look at you like, dude, you only did 3 houses, man. I'm doing 10. What's up with you? Right? So that's what the social media does. It bullies us. When we see other people got 5 houses under contract this week, I got 2 houses under contract. I'm like, oh, these guys. We are getting bullied by social media. They are bullying us into thinking we have to go do more transactions. But making more money is just one key to the puzzle. I have people coming into my inner circle. They're making good money, but I'm like, dude, you're making X, but you're spending pretty much the entire amount. So you're broke. You're broke. How much are you keeping? And when I say keeping, putting it away for you forever and to transfer to your children, right? That's what I mean by keep. Okay. A lot of people say, well, I pay myself first. Oh, really? Where's the money you made 10 years ago? Show me where that is. Where is it at? I'm just telling you, dude, I'm not beating you up. I'm telling you just from personal experience. If somebody says, Chris, how much money did you keep? I can take it to real estate that we own free and clear. Okay, let's go over here. No mortgage there. That's where the money that we earned and we kept, right? And the good thing about real estate, when you pay it off, it cash flows. It gives money back to you. That's a good point there. Dinero Productions. Is there a sale on your land trust? No, not right now. Not at this time. I'm sorry, my friend. Dinero, I pray that nothing of my stuff is over $500. Right. So now I want to pull you. The more you when you get used to spending on your education, I spend ridiculous amounts of money on my education. So you got deals on wheels. Good for you. Yeah, Tony, he looks like The Rock. He talks like The Rock too. KE, can you let us know my thoughts on pets in my rentals? I do not allow pets. The popularity of indoor pets seems to be growing. They are. Now, I will, if it's a small cat or little dog, big dogs, I don't allow them. And I'm a dog lover. Actually a pit bull lover, KE. I remember my dog Hazel. Good Lord, I cried and cried when she died. Beautiful brown and white, looked like a milk cow. She died. But the truth of the matter is I had a friend. She had a pit bull. You know how you have that front door and it's got the screen door and the screen door can open up and close. So the pit bull jumped up on the screen door, pushed the screen door out because a dog was walking, somebody was walking a dog by. Pit bull charged out of the house, KE. Ripped the lady's arm all up. 100 stitches later, right? My friend got sued for $100,000 and had to pay. So her insurance only covered $75,000. She had to pay $25,000 out of pocket. And they had to put the dog down. KE. They had to put the dog down. You're talking about just sad. That's why I'm like, I love pit bulls. They're beautiful dogs. Mine used to sleep in a bed with me every day. I just can't have them. Insurance hates them. You never know if they're going to buck. I remember Hazel, one time I was walking her. When they see a dog, you don't know if they're going to jump on them. You don't know what they're thinking. And if they jump on the dog, they could bite the owner, So we don't allow big dogs. Any dog under like 15 pounds, I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'll let them have a dog. Why not? Shit, man. Hey, is that Denise? Hey, Eldon. I agree with everything. Good for you. Good for you. Dang, I'm just trying to get the word out. Andre, the crash is going to be a gold mine for people who are ready, and you plan on being one of them. That's right. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. I think you're talking about my friend earlier. Put it in the trust. I'm not here to tell you about trusts today. But yes, I would recommend that. Elder Sean, no, I'm not reading today. But well, we're going to come back. We're going to cover this book the first week in February and get a new book for February. But yeah, this is I showed you guys. If you logged on late, this is our book here, the new updated Rich Dad Poor Dad. The link to get that is in the video description below. And how you read this book, because I didn't know how to read either. You got to get some of these. I'll put these in the video description too. These things have they come in a 3-pack. This is my stocking stuffer for the year. For this year from Christmas. I'll show you this one. So it comes in a pack. They look like this. Darn. Oh. These little boogers right here. and then you pull it out. You pull this little thing out right there. It gives you a little sticky, and these stickies look like this. When you're reading the book, you can put the stickies on the page so you can come back to it. Boom, open it up and see one of the things right here. Man, it's sweet, right? So we can highlight your page, go back to it. Boom, highlight your page and put your little note tab right there. This is how you read a book. I didn't know. I learned that from reading, watching other people read. I didn't read. I promise you, I didn't even. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm being transparent. I didn't read a book until I was 28. I was 28. I used to hate reading. Now I'm looking back and I find out that my people used to get beat, whipped, and flogged for reading. I'm like, Kris, I'm just embarrassed, right? That's the power of reading. Oh man, you got the old one and the new one. Good for you. I lost my old one. I'm tuning in. What book are we talking about today? We're doing with the new updated Rich Dad Poor Dad. So we'll be going over this book. Make sure you have subscribed and hit the bell so we'll go back over this in February. I think the first Saturday in February will be a nice one. I'm 16. Yes. Give me some advice. Good for you. 16. Man, what advice can I give somebody that's 16? Let me tell you this. My daughter, she's 12, be 13 next month. Pray for me. She goes, Dad, she wants to be a gamer, right? I was resistant to it at first, but now I'm seeing that you can make millions through gaming. So I'm going to support her. She goes, well, I didn't think I could really do it because I thought you had to be an adult to do this stuff. I'm like, no. You can do anything you want at this age. You just need a teacher. Okay? So extraordinary land. Don't let people tell you just because you're 16, you can't do something. I live an extraordinary life, right? People tell me every day, Kris, it's so crazy when I bump into people that work 9 to 5. They're like, well, where do you work? I'm like, wait, what do you mean? I work from home. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what we do. It's almost like not even part of somebody's mental capacity that they could even comprehend that we don't have a day job. We don't work for somebody else, right? We work for ourselves. So I would say for you, read more, but don't let anybody tell you just because you're 16, you can't be an entrepreneur. Denise, you are 100% correct. We need to think and move with strategy. That's right. Money is one thing, but money's everywhere. It's money everywhere. Bob, thank you for my transparency. That's right. Thank you. I mean, my dad I get it from my dad. This dude used to be like, man, I don't care. He'd be so transparent talking about his prostate, down to his hip replacement, down to hairline, all that stuff. I don't know if he's still like that, but yeah, I get that from my dad. Yep, have a library. Yes, there you go. Get your library up. What up, Healing? You got Healing? You're gonna have to help me with my balding. Maybe you could give me a diet. I could get my hair back. Hey, Carl. I watched sports at one time, but I do things to create wealth now. Good for you. I want the M's like the athletes. That's right. Coffee. I had a tenant, get a pet, then pay $100 online to call it an emotional support. Coffee. That is funny. Yeah, I got a pit bull. Oh, they emotional support. That's for my emotional support. That is too funny, bro. That's right. Put tabs in the book. That's right. Tabs in the book. I don't like getting sued. Best prevent charging order. Yeah, you never know. K.E. Morris, we are in a buy market for rentals, or should we? Are we in a buy market? Absolutely not. Should we wait till the bubble burst? We are in a complete seller's market at KE. If you follow any of my content, go back a few videos. I thought I sold a house recently for $30,000 more than we thought. I thought we were going to get $315,000. We sold it for $345,000. Now, I don't really get excited over that because I have had to bring money to closings before KE. So the market can sometimes work for you and the market can sometimes work against you, right? So right now, if you own, buy. I'm sorry. If you own, sell. right? So we're trying to sell as much as possible. And I don't think this train is going to keep going through this. Biden, he's going to make sure, Democrats going to keep pushing money, printing money, and I pray. Oh man, you can hook me up. I was thinking I fixed my balding. Yeah, there you go. You have it next. So y'all hearing this today? Healing is gonna give me some Dr. Sabi stuff and get my hair back. Black seed oil that help me with my hair too. JTH. I got black seed oil. That stuff tastes terrible. I'm doing that nasty sea moss. Ew. I've been eating that. Okay, so go in the video description below. Okay. The new and revised Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's going to have a little star right there. I make a few dollars on it. And then make sure you have subscribed, hit the bell. There's also going to be a sign up for you can give us your email. So we'll let you know when we'll meet and go back over the book together. I'm thinking the first week in February, and then we'll do a new book in February together. Also, I want to know, what books do you recommend? What books y'all recommend? I think we should do like just for Black History Month for February. Obviously we'll do a black author. A black author. I keep calling it Arthur. Almost like realtor. I keep calling it Arthur. Taste. What is this? What types of deals are more expensive? Subject to or lease options? If you're buying subject to, you're going to have to pay money to buy. So I would say subject to. Hey, Miss Congeniality, thanks for coming. Carl, what are my thoughts on cryptocurrency? I don't know. I need to get more educated on it. I have no idea how it works. I'm like Warren Buffett. I need to learn it. I don't touch it. I have been, Carl, personally, I think you know me a little bit too. I've been just sinking money against my real estate. I've been hedging against the forthcoming crash. Though people will still have to have a place to rent. My whole thing is I'm hoping that the Newport News shipyard doesn't go out of business because of the culture there. I just found out that the culture there is to just come to work. How many bodies can we keep at work because of the government contract? We have to have X amount of people here so the government will continue funding us. I'd like to look into that one day. So I'm concerned about that. JT's got to put honey in your mouth and swallow the oil. Okay, with that, yeah. Andre, yes, there's an audio version, but you're not going to see with the audio version, you're not going to be able to take notes and go back. When I meet with you, we're going to go, when we go over this thing, if you're just joining us, the three items that we're going to cover on our monthly book club meetings are the 3 takeaways. You're going to tell me what that is, and we're going to go back and forth. The one thing that you're going to start doing differently based on the book, and the one thing that you're going to stop doing based on the book. Okay. So the audio is cool, but I think you're going to need to have the book also. Miseducation of the Negro. That's a deep one. Perhaps I have to think about that one. Roundup. This has been really fun. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. I'm sitting around, even when I'm home, I'm like, I don't know how many days I have on planet Earth. Nobody does. I'm just thinking about once I'm gone, who's going to continue the mission of raising your financial literacy? Bothers me. It really does. I think about it a lot. I'm like, who's going to keep this message going? Okay, so thank you guys for supporting me. It's an honor. It's always an honor to hang out with you guys. I don't take your time with me lightly. I don't take it lightly. You could be anywhere in the world. As my guy, you could be watching some football right now, right? Am I competing with those dudes? Am I competing with the NFL right now? So go ahead, download the book, order the book. The first book of the month club, the first one. We're starting it today. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, revised edition. And don't give me a hard time if you read it 20 years ago like I did. It's a new edition. It's got some new stuff in here, okay, to help you with your thinking. And man, it's really helped me. Subscribe to the channel, like this content, share with anybody else you think needs to be doing some more reading, right? 10 minutes a day we're reading as opposed to watching TV 3 hours a day, which I showed you those statistics. Share with other people that want to be entrepreneurs. All right, Roundup, it's Chris Haskins. I will see you soon. I love you. Peace.